Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out here in the garage tonight. Do a little bit of goofing around, but I got something kind of quite a bit different from the normal content. But I think this is something that's going to really help to advance the channel, promote the channel, and really turn out a professional looking product that we can be all proud of. Lots of fun for the channel. So I had a person from this company reach out to me just a short time ago asking me if I would be willing to do some reviews on this product for them. And I said, sure, we'll do it. And if it all works out great, this will be something I'll get to keep. If it doesn't work out, then I'll send it back, and we no hard feelings either way, I guess. But I've seen some other videos on it, and it looks like a really great product. So we're gonna go ahead and break it out today. Once I get it set up, I'm gonna load the software on my computer while I'm off camera, and then we'll come back on and see if we can actually make something with this. So nothing too fancy for the first go around, I think, but let's go ahead and dig in over here. I'm going to turn the camera over here for a minute while we open this box up. I already opened the box up, but I haven't taken anything out of the box yet. But this is a very well packed. So what we have is a fiber laser engraver, and these are this is a very nice unit. So the first thing we see in the box is a full set of instructions, and I'll just dig it all out for now. So we've got a whole set of Allen wrenches, a bunch of tools and hardware. Looks like a flash drive there. We are supposed to have a couple different kinds of software. A foot switch. So I'm not sure what that is for. Probably have to have your foot on the foot switch in order for it to actually run. I'm not sure. Haven't read the instructions yet. So these are very important. These are actually special glasses to filter your eyes from the type of laser beam that's coming out of that. Comes with a ruler. It says marked in inches and in millimeters. So the calibration on it, from what I've seen a couple of videos, is done in millimeters. All right, so this is the main pole that holds the laser up off the base. So this might be a little bit tricky getting this out here. So we've got the actual laser head and arm here, and then underneath a big chunk of foam here is the actual base. So, all right, so there's that. That's everything from the box. So I'm gonna bring you back up and get you down to tabletop level here. All right, so let me see here. I need to bring you guys down just a little bit more. Be back a little bit. There we go. That'll be better, I think. All right, so now we can see the machine. You can see me. So let's mainly wanted to show putting this together, so and hopefully get something printed out. So this has really pretty detailed instructions, bunch of safety information. So it talks about location of your unit. Right now I'm going to set it up in the main part of the garage here, and when I get to actually doing some burning. I'll open the doors so it will we'll have a cross breeze here, but eventually I want to set this up over here to the right of all my air gun racks. I've got some open space over there right next to the window, so I can actually set up a little fume hood to pull the fumes out of the and that way we'll be so it doesn't actually have the directions for the installation. I'm a pretty smart feller. Let's see if we can figure it out. So these are, this looks like the screws we need. So it does come with a handful of metal cards to test out doing burning on. Got a power cord. Here's the adjustment knob to adjust the height up and down. It does come with a USB cord to hook up to your computer. So this is one flash drive, and then this is a USB to USB-C adapter. So you can order this with, so this has these little metal adapters that you can screw down to the base plate here in order to be able to like reproduce placement of objects, and it has a couple different sizes and different sides that you can use. Looks like some more screws for attachment of the stuff onto the base. All right, so the first thing we need to do is get this arm attached to the base, like so. Thinking it's going to be these little fat screws here. It's the 5mm size. So one thing I've already noticed, and I've had seen a couple people comment about it as well, is Monport could include a set of ball head drivers instead of just these standard straight ones, because the tolerances to these screws to the shaft here are very close, and it just makes it a little more tedious. If you had a ball driver, that would go in real quickly. So not the end of the world. Very well constructed. One of the other channels that I've seen actually do a review on this. There's another channel, gun channel that I watch called 2A Ninja. If you want to check his video out on this as well, you can. He had this thing all set up and actually doing a test burn in less than an hour, including loading the software and everything. I'm not going to keep you guys on for loading the software. Once we get it actually put together here, I'll cut the camera off and get the software loaded up and all that, and then we'll come back on and see if we can get a test burn going. But he set it up and just did what the default settings were in the initial software, and he hit burn, and it actually, the laser burned right through the card and etched the word text into the base of the printer here. So that's kind of funny, but that will be a lesson he will see there for the rest of his life. So one of my initial thoughts with this is, you guys have seen me shooting them and out at the range and having a lot of fun with them. I've got these metal plates that I've got. They were just basically scrap metal from work that I brought home, but I've got a bunch of them and they're made out of steel. So I was thinking I would etch maybe the walnut and steel logo, or the walnut and steel text onto those plates and give them away as giveaway gifts. Or I've actually mailed a few of them out to people just because they sent me an email and said, hey, I'd like to have some of those. So I'm all about promoting the channel, helping people out, sending fun stuff to people so they can have fun playing with their air guns and 22s as well. All right, so now the next thing is there's actually 4 skinny screws here. Let's figure out what size these are before I try to get started here. All right, so those are 3mm. So there's 4 holes here, and there's a bunch of holes here. So I'm going to try to center it right for now. I guess that's in case you're trying to do like bigger material or whatever and needed to move it up or down. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll leave 2 up and 2 down. That should be there's the first one. Right off the bat, it looks like a real sturdy piece of equipment. Very well made, and everything's metal. They're not cheap. But it is a pretty cool piece of technology. There certainly are a lot more expensive ones on the market, for sure. So as I was being asked to look into this and whatnot, I had done a little bit of research about different kinds of lasers, and so this is a fiber based laser. All right, I need that one's even closer than the other ones. Let me get my metric ball end, and I'll be able to make this go quicker. But the wavelength that this fiber laser is able to project is a specially designed for engraving metal specifically. It will will engrave stone and slate and things like of that nature as well. But the wavelength, from what I've read, is not good for softer materials like wood, and it will burn the stuff, but it won't do a great job of actually like engraving into wood and bone and leather until I actually get a proper fume hood set up. I'm not gonna chance it. All right, so now we have a little adjustment handle here. That looks like it's 3mm. No, it's smaller. Now I see why they send you a whole set of Allen wrenches. But this is the adjustment knob. There is 2 set screws for that. All right. So now that you can use that to adjust your height of your laser. Let me I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'll get my computer. I'll load up that software. We'll see what kind of software. I'm supposed to have the actual Monport software, which is kind of generic, but it does get the work done. It can get the work done. And then I also have, they've sent me Lightburn software, which is an option you can buy along with this. And that should make life pretty cool. So stand by, let me get this set up. And when you see me again, hopefully we'll have this guy powered up and ready to engrave something. Stand by. Alrighty, I'm back, and the fan on this is kind of loud, so we'll have to deal with that. But I've got the software installed, and I've got it kind of focused here and everything. I got a lot to learn with this still, but I think we can at least show it operational. And so the foot switch is actually so you can put on the ground, so once you get stuff placed there, you don't have to mess with, you can just click the foot switch and it'll start burning. We're just going to use the computer setup right now. And I'm going to use one of these little test cards that they sent along with it. I think they're aluminum, if I remember right, but they're just little thin aluminum test cards. So you place it down there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me back this up just a little bit. Might be able to see it better, but so right now there's a little red dot right in the center of that card that I just placed there. You won't be able to see the software. I'll do a deep dive on the software down the road. That'll be one of the videos I'll do on this, how to set this up once I learn it a little bit better. But so there's 2 settings here. There's F1 and a button you can press for red light, which will display, and probably won't be able to see it again, but it has a red light. It's actually, I've typed in the word walnut on this card, and you can hit escape to escape out of that. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because it was pretty small on that. So we can make it a little bit bigger, and let's see how big it is now. So, all right, so it's still not covering the whole card, but so right now I have it set for like 50% power, and I really haven't figured out how to tell it what cycles to do, but we can go ahead and click mark and it will start. Oh, you know what? I'm messing up here already. Safety first. We need our green goggles on here. But you can, I don't know if you can see that, but it is already, so I don't know how many passes it really needs, but it's pretty cool. You can see it going back and forth, and it's I'm just kind of watching it, make sure it's not, let me stop it and see what, so it's making a noticeable mark on there. It probably, this will be a learning curve. We'll have to learn, what power to set it for, what it what it needs as far as power and a number of cycles to make it, make a specific etch that we want. But yeah, less than about an hour here. I'm putting stuff on a. Let me stop that, and let's see what we ended up with here. Oop. So I didn't etch all the way through, but it actually did make a. But, so I have kind of like I didn't etch all the way through like he did, but I was pretty darn close. But we have a card. I can take these off now. That actually says walnut. So baby steps. So now you could use this actually as a stencil. Actually, I just pulled the U out. So now if I wanted to use this as a stencil to be able, so it already cut through far enough that way. I could take the T out, get the N out. But I haven't actually etched. Well, I guess I did. It'll always be mine. So, but there you go. So I got a lot of learning to do. We'll do a follow-up on this guy in in a couple of weeks or whatever, and I'll get some stuff figured out. So talking with some friends that already had laser engravers, tell me to put down a sacrificial board or something down here, because these won't etch into wood and stuff. So if you put a board down there, it's a lot safer for the unit. It doesn't look like I actually can probably just clean that off with some solvent. It's probably just the I think it's just the smoke from the laser going through there. But it didn't create that much fumes, really. I don't know what kind of plastic or whatever is on the outside of this unit here, but I think this is going to be a lot of fun for the channel, making some cool stuff, maybe even laser engraving some Daisy Red Riders with the walnut and steel logo on it, and that'll be a lot of fun too. So thanks a lot, Monport, for sending this over. We're definitely going to have a lot of fun with this, and till next time, have a great day.